large part of the plan, and it will actually limit choices as opposed to increase choices, and it will ruin quality of life for people like me. I often walk 1.5 to 3 miles round trip to get coffee, groceries, tacos, or God forbid, donuts. And I know this may be hard to believe, but I'm perfectly capable of defining for myself how walkable my community is. And I know that we're being told that we need to use more mass transit, but that would actually double or triple the time that it would take to complete most of the trips I take, which means less time with my family and a lower quality of life. Speaking of my family, my wife and kids like to plant carbon offsets in the backyard in the dirt. You could also call those things fruits and vegetables. And corn, beans, and squash don't work so well in pots on balconies if we're even allowed to have balconies in these new high-density homes. Honestly, if we had money to afford it, I'd buy a plot of land, and we'd be free-range humans. But since we have so many politicians and bureaucrats around here that believe in excessive taxation, regulation, and central planning, we can barely afford to be limited-range humans. I know for sure, though, that I don't want to have to move my family to one of these pretty little human kennels, even if there is a restaurant downstairs. In the Contra Costa meeting, I talked about this being terrible for minorities. At the San Mateo meeting, I explained that the assumptions are based on faulty numbers and vapor. And tonight I'm here to say that this plan will be horrible generally for life quality and should be rejected in its entirety. Many of the other speakers at the other meetings, however, said that it should go to a vote of the people. And if it does, I think that there's going to be a lot of work to do to drive up support. I jokingly said that you may want to give voters a coupon to stop by the local marijuana dispensary on the way to vote. You could call the whole thing Operation Pol Pot. Why would I joke like that? Because if people actually read the plan and understood what was in it, the only ones who would support it would be people who are getting gifts from it, or paychecks, or are high out of their minds. Thank you.
Thank you.